While the Plastic Civil War raged on in the lands of the once great Plastic Kingdom, another group of plastic nations was on the brink of all-out warfare. The lands of the Neon People was comprised of four different nations: the blue, yellow, green, and purple. Their plastic had a bright fluorescent glow to it, due to their days being longer and sun being brighter on their side of the globe. The trouble had begun to stir a month ago, when what was supposed to be a friendly meeting turned malicious. After a couple of cocktails, the neon blue leader Dutch and neon green leader Fitz began to talk a little bit more from the heart, as alcohol tended to do to a man. Yeah, I never liked your mother, Dutch. That blue witch was always sticking her big fat nose wherever she shouldn't have been sticking it, Fitz said drunkily. Hey man, watch what you're saying about Wanda. She was a great woman. Dutch defended his mother, also drunkily. Key word there is was. Thank God I hired Floyd to do that job. Dutch hesitated by what Fitz had said. Excuse me? What does that mean? Dutch asked a little bit more soberly. It's getting late, Fitz said, trying to avoid explaining what his drunken state had accidentally spilled. I best be going, Dutch. As always, another productive meeting and a great round of drinks with old friends. Hold on just a minute. Are you saying that you hired that thug Floyd to kill my mother? Look, man, it wasn't anything personal. She was just looking at our import-and-export numbers a little too closely. Fitz accidentally let slip another incriminating detail. You son of a plastic shepherd herder. You were the one who killed my mother. And you murdered her because you were embezzling money? You absolute piece of scum. A mix of alcohol and emotions was turning into rage for Dutch. All right, let's just calm down here, Dutch. Dutch desired to take a swing at his longtime friend turned enemy that night, but he couldn't. There were too many of Fitz's guards around. So he didn't. Instead, he took his leave. Fitz was left there sobering up and realizing that he had made a horrible mistake while under the influence. One should never drink so much. Dutch went back to the Blue Lands and explained to the Blue Council this development in the murder of his mother and the rebirth of the once cold case. The Blue Council felt sympathetic for the young leader, not to mention they held his mother Wanda dearly in their hearts, so they wanted to take revenge. They all decided that the only response could be a definite strike at the Green Army. They sent a declaration of war to the Green leader Fitz. Fitz realized that he couldn't let the war come to his nation's lands without fear of the public opinion turning against his administration. So he gathered his army and marched towards the oncoming Neon Blue Army. Both sides would soon clash in a massive engagement. Hey guys, what's going on? Daley Tactics here, and I am back with a brand new series, and that series would be Army Men Neon Wars here. Now, Army Men Neon Wars does take place in the same world in which Army Men Civil War does. However, the nations in this sort of series are so far away from the men of Army Men Civil War that the events that happen there very much so don't impact these guys here. Now, in Army Men Neon Wars, right now we're only introduced to two different factions. We have the Blues here, or the Neon Blues, or Turquoise, whatever you want to call them, being led by General Dutch, who, of course, his mother was assassinated by the Neon Green General Fitz, who is over here with the Neon Green Army. Very, very cool soldiers. I like these guys quite a bit. The Neon Greens tend to use more Panzers and German tanks. As you can see here, we've got some Tiger tanks, we've got some Panthers, we've got some Panzer IV Gs, while the Neon Blue soldiers tend to use British tanks. They've got some Cromwells, some Comets, some Crusaders. I think there's a Black Prince in here. Yeah, there's a Black Prince. There might be two of them. So yeah, this whole battle or war has started due to a betrayal and corruption in the Neon Green government, and the two different nations and countries are now going to war over it. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty exciting. This is going to be a mini-series, sort of the length probably of Darth Jar Jar, something around there. 5 to 8 episodes, most likely, maybe even 10. But it's hopefully going to get better reception than Darth Jar Jar. People hated Darth Jar Jar. Um, or they loved it. It was a very mixed bag, but I'm hoping you guys do sort of like this subplot of the Army Men series that I have going on right now. Just because I wanted to do something a little different, a little bit just more fun, a little less serious than Army Men Civil War, I think, as you can already tell by the somewhat silly plot. So yeah, regardless, these two armies are going up against each other, attacking this town together. They're going to clash. It's going to be epic. Let's go ahead and press start. Alright, here we go. Troopers moving forward for both sides. Very, very cool watching these armies move out. I love the colors of these guys. They are very, very cool. We of course have the sprinting glitch in this as well. Let's stop these guys from sprinting forward like that to their ultimate demise. I'm sure it's happening over here with the greens as well. Yep, there they are. We got the sprinters. Seems like everyone is sort of moving towards the middle of the town, as opposed to spreading out over the many parts of the town over here. They're all just sort of accumulating into the middle, from what I can tell. Panzers moving around, resituating themselves. Very cool. Alright, we do have a few runners up here, but it's fine. There's a few runners for the... Oh, that's a lot, actually. No. You don't get to run like that. Oh, I'm hearing some gunfire, and it looks like a Panzer 4G over here for the Greens has already been hit, though it is still alive. The battle has commenced. Blue versus green. Neon, that is. Going on now. One of the comets back here has been absolutely decked. Actually, that's a Black Prince. Dang. Ooh, and this bad boy, this bad Larry got really busted. It is all-out warfare now. It seems like the tanks are all sort of coming together in the very middle. Huge blue presence on this bridge over here. They're trying to capture the bridge, but they're just ending up getting heavily slaughtered by a lot of machine gun fire everywhere. Might not have been the best strategy to just full-on go for this bridge. But they are firing back now at these greens, trying to get a good amount of fire off. Greens just waltzing sort of forward here, very confident in their plays as their tanks provide them backup. We can see the Tiger tanks trying to scooch forward here and get off some rounds. This Panther is tracked but still alive, though its front side is very exposed. That's never a good thing for a tank to have its front exposed like that. Black Princes pushing forward. These things are so heavily armored. Their guns are not the best, but their armor on them can really just withstand so much. Looks like a massive explosion going off over here, decimating an entire building. That was a Panzer 4G, it looks like, going off right there. Ooh, this tank is pushing through this building, and there were turquoise soldiers in there who have now been run over. I wonder if it did that intentionally. Looks like this Crusader's about to take a side shot, but no! Saved by some infantry with a bazooka who take out this neon green tank. The crew is bailing out now. They've got Mosin Nagants. They're trying to fire, but they end up going down as well. The Crusader manages to live on just out of sheer luck right there. So many buildings getting destroyed on both sides of the river here. The tank battle is very much so still in play. Not a clear winner quite yet. This Panther is pushing very, very far forward. That's going to make it susceptible to bazooka shots. I don't know if that's the greatest idea. It does seem like the green infantry is pushed up much farther than the turquoise infantry. That could either play out as a strength or a weakness. Not really quite sure yet, because I mean, they're so far ahead, they do get to have sort of their choice of what ground they want to set at, but at the same time, they have to push forward while the turquoise are going to be able to get a lot of shots off on them while they do so. Looks like this Comet is going in for a nice flank. It's got such a good shot on that Panther, but it's not taking it. It's rotating. It took a shot, but not at that Panther. I think it shot at this Panzer IV? I'm not fully sure what that was, but that was such a beautiful shot. It still got it. It just needs to survive long enough to take it. I mean, look, it's got a perfect shot of the engine of that bad Larry, but I just don't know if it's going to take the shot. Green troopers are now pouring in, actually. Taking to the water, not a bad strategy. They can lob some grenades over that wall if they wanted to. The blues are being pushed back into the outskirts of the town now a little bit, though they do have a solid line going here. Plenty of troops left, and they are going to be able to pour a lot of fire in there. They've also still got a Black Prince, which is a huge benefit to them. This very powerful tank should definitely help them out quite a bit. This right side over here has fallen a little bit for the Turquoise. The Comet went down, and they don't have nearly as many troops as they did previously, though they have managed to take out all the tanks that were assaulting on this point over here, and now the Green Infantry is very weakened on this point. We got a few soldiers over here firing down the line towards the men across the river. This is very cool fighting. There's so many troopers in so many different positions holding different angles. I love this kind of fighting. I think this is some of the most fun to watch for me personally. I don't know about you guys. We've got a few Turquoise men over here in the bushes, using this lip of a hill as cover. Brilliant plan. Honestly, cover wins or breaks a battle. The Greens seem to be concentrating really in the middle now, using these sort of three buildings as cover. It's actually a church. Oh, that's a steeple, and that's the main part of the building. And then I thought this was a building. I don't know. Perspective's weird, man. Okay, these two buildings as cover, and firing over the river at the blues. The tank battle has really started to wind down now. I don't think either side has many tanks left alive. There's a Tiger tank over here left alive. This Panther did end up getting downed. Oh, this Panzer IV-G is alive, but I think the only thing working on it might be its little gun in the front. But that Tiger tank is still pouring on shells of fire. Over here on the left, this Panzer IV-G is still alive as well, actually. Oh, interesting, okay. Oh, and so is this Tiger tank. Meanwhile, the blues have a large Black Prince still alive. And this Comet back here is still alive, though I have a feeling only the MG. It looks like the main gun works, but the turret's destroyed. So this thing is not exactly going to be super helpful. That's okay. Ooh, huge explosion going down over here. Looks like a Panzer IV-G bit the dust. I think it was already dead. It must have just taken another shot, and the fuel line exploded or something along those lines. Either way, the Neon Greens are getting a bit more cocky now, pushing farther and farther forward, and the Blues are having to take more and more of a defensive position here. Yeah, they are, the Blues might lose this battle, I'm thinking, after seeing how it's been going so far. They're getting pushed farther and farther back due to green infantry and such. I do think the green tanks, them using the panzers, just is such an advantage for them. I don't think British tanks were never the best. What is this guy? Is this just like a glitch, or is he still alive? I think he died, just he's in rigor mortis or something. But yeah, British tanks, never the best in World War II. Often getting absolutely crushed by the German tanks. So that's definitely going to be a weakness for the Neon Blues. Really, the sort of strengths and weaknesses of each side haven't been explored yet. We don't quite know. I'm guessing this is the first war we've had on this this side of the world in quite a long time. What's with all these glitches of like things that just haven't fallen to the ground? Must be something with the new update. That's trippy. Maybe gravity works a little bit different on this part of the world. Excuse me. But yeah, we don't really know the strengths and weaknesses of each side quite yet. That has yet to be explored. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think each side's strengths and weaknesses should be. I'd love to hear some creative ideas and get that going, because that is, of course, a staple of sort of the Army Men series we were using for Army Men Civil War, and I'd love for it to continue in this series as well. It is just pure havoc now. The Blues have been pushed so far back. It's real tough out here for them. things are not looking amazing. But they're still putting up a fight, I guess. I would say their right side over here looks the strongest currently. I mean, they have fewer opposition over here compared to the middle, where it's real tough fighting right now. The Greens are starting to push further and further in. This entire church has actually been blown to shreds, I believe, by the Black Prince here. This Black Prince really could be the saving grace of the Blue Army. It's in a pretty solid condition, I think. Check it out. Yeah, I don't think it's got any damage. Oh no, it's got the gear, so maybe... I can't tell what's broken on it. The tracks look fine. Is it movable? Oh, it's not movable, so it's immobile. The tracks look fine, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe engine damage? Though the engine also looks fine. So I'm not totally sure, but... I mean, this thing's in a fairly good position right now. It's going to be hard for the Greens to get any bazooka troopers up here to actually get good shots off on it. Not to mention, it's got this building for cover, and this Tiger tank is tracked itself. It's not going to be able to really push forward all that much. I don't know if the same rules apply for Army Men Simple War as they will for Army Men Neon Wars, because in Army Men Civil War we have the rule where you can go ahead and repair any tank that is track damaged, and then also you can retreat defensive lines that are no longer really useful. I mean, in my opinion, I think those are good rules just to have in general for the channel. So I think maybe we keep them. That's another thing I gotta have you guys sort of weigh in on. I'm not totally sure. Kind of an interesting question, though. So yeah, really, this has turned into a lot more sort of guerrilla warfare. Instead of two massive armies, it's turned into one large boy army versus a few men who are trying their darndest to keep up the attack. It seems like the Blues might have gone into this a little bit cocky, and Commander Dutch didn't quite know what Commander Fitz was going to be bringing to the table. Yeah, here we go. Green's really pushing forward now. Alright, yeah, let's do the tank repair thing. I think that's a good rule. If a tank is tracked, we're able to repair it. That was the rule from previous series. Let's just stick with it because I think it's a good rule, and you know, tank tracks can be easily repaired in the midst of battle. It just takes a few minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, blue defense is really starting to wind down now as the rest of them sort of get got. There's little pockets of larger scale resistance, like we've got 6 or 7 men over here. Got a few men chilling with this Black Prince, which is still doing a good job pouring down some machine gun fire, especially at this bridge now where the Greens are starting to cross it. They're getting gunned down by the Black Prince. Not bad. Oh yeah, we gotta get a good thumbnail for this. It's one of my favorite part of video making is being able to get a nice thumbnail. It's pretty cool. Alright. These guys real cocky right now, just sort of chilling in front of the Black Prince. Yep, that's what you get for doing that. You get machine gun to the face. The infantry for the Blues is really sort of scrambling now, I think. Not fully sure what to do. Most of their men are gone. This right side still actually got a good amount of men. Pleasantly surprised with how the right side end up going over here. Not a bad battle overall. Pretty entertaining. I'm pretty excited to upload this, actually. But Greens still have yet to clutch the victory here. Maybe with their tanks being repaired and pushing forward, they can finally take care of this Black Prince, which is just causing them so much pain and trouble. How many kills does this thing have? 55? Not as many as I thought, but still quite a number of kills for one tank. Greens still grinding to fight the Blues. That is really what it is. An absolute grind right now. Yeah, just a tough battle. Seems like we got a few assaults going on over here. Grenade goes over the tank here. Managed to get that out of the way, but a few men died just being dislodged from their position. This green soldier, if he's smart, will just toss another grenade over there, but no. He decides to try and run and gets gunned down by the Black Prince over here, actually. By its front gun we can see right there. Black Prince rocking the dual guns, one on the turret, one on the front here. Actually, did it just take a shot with its main gun? Maybe at this Panzer? I'm not totally sure. I think it did. Oh yeah, it did. The Black Prince's gun, like I said earlier, not the greatest thing. But I mean, it can get the job done when it needs to. And it's now dueling with this Panzer, and this Tiger tank is going to come into play very soon here. Might be the end of our glorious Black Prince defense. Black Prince takes a shot to the side. Looks like it might have done some damage. Not totally sure, but the Black Prince did manage to take out that Panzer 4G before. Where did the tanks... Okay, so these tanks are now moving out to the left side over here as well. Tiger tank and Black Prince now fully engaged with each other. Black Prince still trying to take care of infantry as well. This thing is really turning into a Fury-esque last stand defense for this tank. Meanwhile, blue troopers over here have been gunned down by the greens. We're still managing to push forward very nicely. I say that and that guy dies. Let's see, how many blues are possibly even left? Actually, the blues could take this. Oh my god, and they have this tank over here. I suppose we can lay down repairs for these tanks. Probably not this one because the enemies are so close. But look at the minimap. The blues have a ton of men over here. A lot of bleeding men, so they could die pretty easily, actually. A few men over here. And the greens are mainly concentrated over this way. The greens only have one tank left. Looks like this Tiger tank over here got gunned down by the Black Prince. But they do have one Tiger tank left over here, which is able to be repaired, so we're going to enact the repair rule here. So the blues could clutch this and have the comeback of a century. That could be insane if they win this. And honestly, all would be thanks to this Black Prince. How many crew members are left in this Black Prince? Only one. Only one soldier remains in this tank. Meanwhile, this tank over here is starting to get repaired. The men on the right side over here, I think, are dropping due to the bleeding, which is not great. So, I mean, the possibility of a mad comeback here is still foreseeable. I don't know if it'll happen. They've still got a long ways to go, but, I mean, they've made strides from what their situation was just a few moments ago. Honestly, I just don't think the Greens have any bazooka troopers left to take that thing out. None that I'm able to see. Yeah, I mean, they definitely came in with some, because I gave both sides bazooka troopers. I don't know. Oh my god, look at this pile of bodies. Whew. Jeez Louise. This has been a heck of a battle. This might be the most brutal battle we've done with the Army Men Civil War mod. Honestly. Or not Army Men Civil War, Army Men of War mod. It might outweigh anything we did with the Army Men Civil War series in terms of, like, epic, large-scale battles. I can't think of another one we've done where it's been this destructive for both sides. I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, Black Prince still chillin' like a villain. I don't really know what to do now. I mean, the Greens aren't really pushing that far forward. I guess they are waiting for that tank. These guys over here are actually dying just due to bleeding. I mean, look. You get the bleeding message over here, and they're slowly dying. Kind of sad. Still little bits of skirmishing going on. Is this Tiger ever going to push forward? Probably in a bit. Alright, let's speed it up. Just because not a lot's happening. there's like the occasional shots being fired. Looks like this guy was going up against the blues that were over there, but he got gunned down by the Black Prince. Black Prince occasionally finding a target. It's really hard to be a one-man crew, I think, and that's why it's not being super effective right now. Not to mention the Greens have just taken to the tactic of sticking straight against the blue tank. Here comes the Tiger, the last hope, I think, for the Greens to take out this Black Prince. It's showing its entire rear to the Black Prince. Such a bad strategy. I don't know what it's doing right now. Taking shots from it. That certainly slowed it down. Boom. Huge shot just taken. And that's the end of that tank. Crew bails out. Well, the Blues have certainly won the tank battle now. The Greens have none left. Actually, in fact, Blue fighters pushing forward now. Holy cow. First advance we've seen from the Blues in ages. This lad bravely coming up. If he just tossed a nice little grenade right there, he could take out a number of men. Instead, he's getting gunned at by something. I don't know what that was, actually. Huh. Well, this is turned into like a very weird battle. Look at this. Like, just dead everywhere. Both sides fought very heroically. God dang, this is like the comeback of a century. Let's see, the Greens have, judging by the minimap, about 10 men. The Blues have about 10 men, but 2 tanks. I would say this is, for sure, a Blue victory. Neither side really wants to come forward at this point, though. Seems like there's a few gunshots going on down here again. Where's that coming from? Oh, yeah. A few shots. This guy got hit. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do we retreat these men? Like, there's really not a lot happening. Who are these guys? SMG troopers and a rifleman. A few guys over here, too. Oh my god. Wait. The Black Prince died! Oh my god, wait, the Black Prince died and the crew bailed out. Oh, the crew was going for repairs. They did that by themselves. I did not order repairs on that thing. Also, what is this? What is this here? Come on. Really? You were standing right behind him. That's ridiculous. I thought it died. No, it's just going for repairs. This Black Prince will be mobile once again, except grenades going off. If the tank crew dies for this thing... Okay, he didn't, but that could have been bad. That's a risky play, going for repairs on a tank like this. This blue soldier is being very risky. Ooh, Comet coming around. The other tank is now fully functional yet again. This is looking more and more like a blue victory. Come on, just kill that guy. How many soldiers we got in this thing? It's got a crew of 2, okay. There we go, that guy dies. Opening up this tank for more repairs. Blue soldiers over here are starting to go forward a little bit more as well. Scar H action over here. Something not developed by the Army Men Civil War troopers quite yet. I don't know, maybe this society over here is a little bit more developed in terms of war. I mean, the Army Men Civil War troopers have been at war with each other for probably over a year now. Maybe even 2, so... I don't know, maybe they, during peacetime, these guys have been able to develop better weapons than the Army Men Civil War troopers. I'm not totally sure. Either way, Blue's now making advancements forward. Big advancements, they're not stopping. Really trying to get this guy right here. Not managing to peg him with a shot. It's a tough shot, I mean, with an MG. Those things are very sporadic, so... Makes sense. Oh, how'd this guy get over here? What? Well, he just killed the guy right there. Well, why don't you just shoot that guy? There you go, you got a hit on him. Just kill the guy. What? There we go. Okay. Well, there's one green trooper who was hiding in this building, and this Comet is just, like, searching him out. Honestly, like, let's just... get on with it here. Across the... Yep, there we go. Building fell on that dude. Alright, should we retreat the last 5 guys here? Might as well. Alright, retreat. Neon Greens calling a full retreat. Um, how many troopers were left? 6 Neon Green troopers were left. What looks to be, judging from the minimap, it looks like 8 Neon Blue troopers plus 2 tanks. Is this a Crusader or a Comet? I think it's a Comet. I believe it's a Comet. A Comet and a Black Prince. So, really surprising turn of events for this battle. I was not expecting this. These Neon Green soldiers got absolutely demolished. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did. Let me know what you think about the new series. Do you want to see more of it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Would you watch more? Would you not? You know, that kind of a thing. Regardless, check out my Discord, my Instagram, my Twitter, all my fun things, links in the description, and I'll see you all later. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.